YouTube is like that toxic relationship with your ex. Like you just keep going back because you're like, maybe this time it might work. Hey friends, it's been a while. Yo, it kind of feels like I quit YouTube.
Here we are again. Here we are again.
Oh, welcome back, y'all. It is Reesie in the house. As you know, I rebranded to be a stay-at-home wife. Y'all, that's crazy to say, especially if you've been rocking with me since back in college when I was like a finance major. Yo, the way my life has just been transitioning back and forth to different areas is just insane. So you probably clicked on here because you want to know why I feel like YouTube held me back and just all the things that's been happening in my life that I have not documented on here on YouTube specifically. I definitely want to catch y'all up on a lot of things that's been happening in my life and definitely keep on watching. It's been a while. It's gonna be one of my first videos that I have nothing written down. I'm just gonna be talking because I have a lot to say off of my chest. And y'all like these talks. It's giving podcast style. It's giving Reesie pod. No, but really, it's been a lot happening in my life. I'm in a new environment. You can't tell because it's the same furniture, but I'm in a new environment. So first things first, let's talk about the reason I moved. I moved out of, let's back up. Whoa. Yes, I moved out of my high-rise apartment. Y'all, I made a whole big deal series about me living in a high-rise, living just my best life. Y'all congratulated me. It was just a vibe. And yeah, honestly, that was one of the hardest years of my life on top of the best years of my life. So it's just insane to say that I'm in a new environment. I feel more happy, more positive. I feel like I can talk more about the things that I've been going through, as well as just talk just more period on camera, because I basically didn't really do that last year. I kind of just disappeared on y'all, especially on YouTube. I kind of quit that thing because YouTube, I've been saying this, YouTube do not show me no love. And it's been my heart, literally YouTube is like that toxic relationship with your ex. Like you just keep going back because you're like, maybe this time it might work. No, it's not working for me, y'all. YouTube does not work for me, but I still have a love for it. I still want to post long form videos, talk about what's been happening in my life, just like a nice little journal diary, honestly. And if YouTube pushes it out, push it out. If it doesn't, I'm used to it. Okay. So let's talk about the few reasons why we moved out. Obviously, we wanted to save money. We definitely moved in when the recession was hitting. So I lost my UGC job. I wanted to pivot from hair videos because I just felt like that environment for me was so toxic. The brands didn't respect me at all. Anything I was doing, they just did not like the hairstyles I was doing, which is crazy to me because every hairstyle I was putting out, the girlies was obsessed and loved it. So it just kind of felt like they were just treating me like a robot. And so I just kind of felt like, you know what, this is very toxic for me. And in order for me to get these bigger brand deals, work with these bigger brands, I have to exit wig influencing completely. And that's exactly what I did. And that hurt a lot. Like that hurt me a lot because I love wigs. I love creating different styles with hair. And so it just kind of felt like, man, I have to give that up. And I just knew God told me I had to give it up. If I really truly want to be in the path that God has for me, I have to let go of the very thing that is literally blocking me. And that was wig influencing, and that was just idolizing, influencing, and content creation in general. And so it made me look inwards a lot. I did lose some friendships. My mom has her cancer kept coming back and she's going through clinical trials. So it was a lot of me just trying to deal with a lot of stuff behind the scenes. And it was very, 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 very hard. But it was a blessing that we were able to experience that high-rise life and able to bring our family and friends to experience it. I definitely leaned on my family a lot more. I wanted them to come over a lot. We had a lot of events. So that was a really good positive thing about that. So it was just like I was supposed to be in that situation to learn a lot of lessons and to literally show God that, hey, I'm gonna give up everything I know, everything that I love, and give it all to you. And that was just a learning lesson. And it was hard. It was a very quiet season. Even though I did work with I worked with just enough brands to get by. But because of how faithful God is, he told me, hey, I got you. I'm going to give you just enough to get by. But once your lease is up, you got to go. And so I was like, bet God, I'm going to just put all my faith in you. I'm going to stop worrying about when the next thing is coming and just lean on you way more. So yeah, my faith grew a lot in the season of uncertainty, in the season of rest, because God really wanted me to rest last year. And I didn't understand that. I was in my resting season. That was the reason why I wasn't working as hard. I was just going with the flow. I didn't plan out my content, and God handled the rest. So yeah, that was definitely a resting season, and that's why I kind of like laid off of YouTube, because YouTube took the most energy out of me, and the return was the very least out of YouTube. Fast forward, I'm in a new place. It's still giving the same vibe that I wasn't in the high rise, but it just feels a lot better. It's more in a better, smaller community. And so I just feel a lot better in this house or in this apartment. And just ever since moving here, it's been back to back to back. I have been having no sleep. I've been working so hard with amazing brands that truly value my content. Treat me like I'm a human being, y'all, which is crazy because I've been so used to brands disrespecting me. And God did not want that for me at all. And I understood, like, in that quiet season, he is preparing a lane for me, and that lane is literally built right now for me. I just came back from Coachella. I worked with Google Pixel, like one of the biggest brands one of the biggest brands in the world. I was working with them for Coachella. Let's talk about that real quick. Rewind, I did go on a brand trip with Google last year to Puerto Rico. They loved me and they wanted me back for Coachella. And I was with the same people that was like my ride or die friend group for Coachella. So it just kind of felt like I was back home with my friends. We was having a blast, creating beautiful content for them. So yeah, and then I have so much amazing stuff lined up in the future that I'm so excited to share with you guys. It was definitely a learning lesson with Coachella because I did want to document this for YouTube, but I just kind of felt like, no, this is my very first time doing like Coachella period, on top of multiple events I had to do and a lot of deliverables I had to do for different brands. So I just kind of wanted to focus on the work instead of like the fun, and then when I did have fun, I didn't think about taking out my camera because I don't want to be at work. I just want to dance, sing, have fun with my friends. I don't want to take out a camera, okay? So that's the reason why I didn't document it for YouTube. And I don't regret it at all because, I might get invited again and I might be able to do something for YouTube again. Do something for YouTube a little bit. But yeah, y'all, it's been a lot happening. I've been working with some huge brands. I've rebranded myself as a stay-at-home wife, which you probably already know if you're an OG subscriber. But if you're new and you want to know why YouTube held me back, I've been on YouTube since 2017, and I've been documenting my life a lot. It's always been hair, makeup, and like outfit inspos. And I felt like YouTube held me back because I was not getting those 4 or 5 figure brand deals on YouTube at all. I'm getting them on Instagram, which is crazy to me to think that Instagram is one of my highest engaging audience, because I kind of felt like Instagram hated me for the longest. And so I always focused on TikTok and YouTube. And that's why it's so important, even though it can be overwhelming, but always diversify your content, repurpose your content everywhere, because you just never know what platform really messes with you. And right now it's Instagram and Pinterest, which is insane to me that those are my biggest engaging platforms. TikTok used to be, but it just fell off for me, and I'm okay with that. But it's always high up with any and every social media site. But I just kind of feel like if you just at least repurpose your content any and everywhere, you'll figure out who's like vibing with you more. And I just felt like Instagram is, I can talk more freely on there. People mess with me heavy. And so, yeah, that's why I started really focusing on Instagram. And I just feel more appreciated. I just feel more appreciated on that platform. And I just kind of feel like it's easier for me to push out content. Like, why am I spending 2 days creating a YouTube video that I'm probably going to make 30 cents on? Literally, the less work, the more money, and the more work, the less money you get. And it's so funny because a lot of people on YouTube still comment. They're like, why do you have so low views? Like, this work is amazing. And I'm like, I get this all the time. YouTube just does not mess with me at all. Because one thing I learned about my craft, the content that I push out, I think a lot of brands don't really care about the followers, don't care about the views and likes. They care about the quality of content and how you resonate with your audience. Because a lot of the times, my least viewed video, a brand really, really likes and wants to collaborate with me. So I don't get really upset anymore that my views plummet. I don't want to go against my morals just so I can get some clout. So that's why maybe it's taking me a longer process to get more views and for my audience to find me, which is okay, because the longer the wait, the sweeter the juice and the sweeter the fruit, okay? I've kind of always been the person to downplay myself and not try to hype myself up like, hey, I'm actually an influencer. I'm actually a content creator. Sometimes I'm like still feeling like I'm still aspiring because I don't have like the cajillion followers and views and stuff, but I'm really that girl this year. Another thing I forgot to tell you guys, I'm signed to a talent agency. I'm so excited to say this. It's official. Like, I think I mentioned it in my last video, but maybe not into detail because I wasn't really in it. But now it's been like 3 or 4 months, and y'all, being signed from a talent agency will make you feel like you are that girl. It will make you feel like you're an actual influencer. Like, the moment I signed, and I don't think it was them specifically that made me like grow as a influencer. I think just having them like have my back made me more confident in front of the camera, made me more confident in knowing who I am as a person. Like, I am that girl. I've been here for years. I'm with a talent agency that is pitching my worth. Like, I'm working with brands like Lipton, Sol de Janeiro. I'm working with car brands like Infinity. I'm working with huge brands that is insane. Mind you, some of those brands are reaching out to me, girl. They reaching out to me. They've been seeing my content. They were just waiting until like I had that confidence in knowing who I am. I felt like I was kind of being held back a little bit when I was independent. I didn't know who to talk to. I wasn't really guided. I didn't have no mentors. I didn't have nobody. And so being in a talent agency where you're forced to go to all these meetings, you're forced to go to all these events now, it's like crazy. PR is going crazy. I do want to mention, I reached out to them. I knew it was time for me to get signed to a talent agency. And it was funny because Kensington followed me, right? They followed me. So I was like, okay, if they follow me on all platforms, mind you, on TikTok, on Instagram, they've been liking my stuff. So I just felt like they wanted me. So let me reach out to them. And I had a meeting with them. It went good. My analytics was crazy. I know like I could book these deals and stuff. I'm already getting partnerships similar to the girls in the Sephora squad, but I wasn't even on the Sephora squad. So it was like, why not sign me? You know, I can make y'all money. But they ended up ghosting me. But I need to keep it real with y'all. They ghosted me, and that's okay, because you know what? God always has something better, and I'm so blessed, honored, and grateful for that, because this is such a big talent agency. You might not get the attention you need, and God said, I want you to be favored in this industry. I did reach out to other talent agencies. Some of them got back to me. I wasn't really feeling them, and I asked my Pinterest manager at the time, and she mentioned, she's like, oh, what about Society 18? And I was like, oh. She's like, yeah, they represent women of color. And then so I looked them up, and I seen one of my homegirls that I met at an Amazon brand trip who was signed by them. And I was like, oh, well, I know somebody who signed by them. Let me reach out to her and see what her experience was. And I also reached out to Society 18 to meet up, and they were so quick, y'all. They were so quick, efficient. When we went on a phone call with them, it kind of felt like I was talking to the homegirls. So it was like only right for me to sign with them, because A, it's a smaller agency, so I have more attention by them, and B, they represent people of color. Other people that I've seen in their partnerships, they partner with huge brands, y'all. So I was like, wait, I didn't know y'all had it like this. I seen their talent, like who they represent. I was like, oh, I want to be with them. They're the cool kids. So I did exactly that. They ended up meeting with my husband as well, because my husband was managing me at the time, and it just kind of was it was so perfect. It was so seamless. Their communication was on point. They didn't ghost me. They was just on point. And like now I just text my manager all the time. My tip for signing with a talent agency is, if you've been able to book your own brand deals yourself and has made over 6 figures by yourself, no help, like maybe like help with like a manager or something, then you can go into a talent agency. But if you haven't been able to have that experience with briefs and invoices and all that, then I suggest don't sign with a talent agency until you have been in the game a little bit and know how the game works. Because I feel like, A, you can sign with a horrible talent agency because you don't really know how the influencer industry works. B, sign with an agency that literally takes over all of your email, so you don't even know what's going on in your business. And then C, you just get scammed or whatever. Like that goes at 1 and 2. You can get scammed super easily signing with different agencies. So it's very, very important to vet out these agencies. And the bigger the agency, the bigger your following should be, honestly, because it's easy to get signed by a big agency everybody wants to be signed to, but how are they going to treat you once you're signed in that agency? That's the real thing. If you get signed by an agency, they need to be able to triple your income, period. Okay? But yeah, that's my little rant on being signed with the agency. Yeah, there's so much happening, you guys. Just pray for me and my family right now. I do have a broadcast channel on my Instagram where I kind of just really share my relationship with God and just things that are going on with my life, good and really bad. I'm just over the moon that God is continuing to show, even in the darkness, how good He is. So yeah, keep us in our prayers. And that is literally all I really had to say in this video. Comment down below what else you guys would like for me to talk about. But yeah, love you guys so much. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.